Hi, in this video we're gonna recreate Tesla Model 3 website in Figma, starting just from this to this. Step by step, without editing, just a pure design. So starting from the beginning, I think we can choose the Model 3 performance because it has the best graphic. Our MacBook screen, we can change the size a little bit. Make a frame inside this. And we can paste this design here. Okay, I think it's okay. So we're gonna start with the navbar. As you can see, we have the white text in navbar, so we need to change our logo. It's gonna be easy. We need to create rectangle, do a mask, and right now we have our logo in almost every color we want. We want this in white. Also, we have 5 links and icons, so let's get started with links. Of course, we're gonna work on outer layout. It can be semi-bold, something like 14. And as you can see, we have 3 icons, so the easiest way to find those icons gonna be go there, look for globe, and I think this one it's really great. So we can take this set. So as you can see, we have icon set Akar icons. We go there, Akar icons, and we have really great matching set. We can import as a frame. So as you can see, it's imported here. Also we have question mark and user. So okay, we have question mark. But I can't find user, so we need to go in different set. Sorry. I think this one gonna be great. Oh. Okay, and we have all of them. So right now, make a group of them. Let's make this like that. Change color. Okay. Copy them. Add them here. As you can see, we need to make auto layout here. It's gonna be 64, or maybe this one, maybe this. Auto layout, and let's change some positions. And shop. Okay, let's make this way. Also increase the padding, maybe to this one. Okay, as you can see, probably they're using something like medium, not semi-bold, so we're gonna change this. Yeah, I think that's great, but as you can see, the middle of that navbar, it's not exactly in the middle. So the easiest way to do this is, look here, we have 104 pixels of this one. So we can take this logo, make a frame of this, maybe with auto layout, and we can go for also 104 pixels, and we have exactly the middle point of the navbar is exactly on the middle. Okay, the next step, it's really easy. We need to create a heading. That was a model-free performance. You can just copy all the texts. Copy this text here. Okay, and as you can see, probably the font of that is something like 64. Oh, maybe. Yeah, I think this one's gonna be great. And we have two buttons under this, so let's copy this. Change this font for maybe 16. Let's add some padding. We can go for 8 and 16, I think. The border radius is gonna be 4, something like that. Let's take the colors. So that's the easiest way to take colors, by copying them. And as you can see, our button is not exactly like Tesla made this button, so we can change the text. And I think this here should be something like that, and it's too much. Maybe 200 or something like that. Okay, I think we are really close right now to this one, and in this one we can just make this. Okay. Change text. And as you can see, we have two frames, so right now all we need to do is fill like this and add some padding from top, and also inside this we need to add some padding, maybe something like that. Okay, it's pretty close to this in my opinion. Right now we have two buttons, so let's create them. Go there. We can go for this one, I think. Let's check. Yeah, they have a little bit of border radius. And when we have that, let's make component. It will go like this. Okay. So we have to add extra frame, because without this there will be more clicking inside. So let's change the size of this. Okay. We can add them here. Maybe we can change a little bit, so go for 24 maybe, something like that. And as you can see, they are not exactly white, so we can copy them, make auto layout, change them in this way, go like that. Okay, and add some padding from the top, also from the bottom. I think they are exactly at the middle of this. So there are two ways to do this. First one is take this and trying to match exactly with the padding, but the second one is we can go for position absolute, and when we have that and we are inside this frame, if we click this, we have exactly middle position of that frame. And also we can change the opacity of that frame to something like 80. I think that's gonna be really similar to what Tesla did there. And at the end, we have 3 small dots. We can add them there. And right now when we have something like that, we can go for fill and add our buttons there. Fill in this way also. And we can go all white and change the opacity of those for 6. And right now we have top section of that website. Of course, we can try to do some improvements. For practicing is enough. The next section is Meet Model 3. So we can copy the heading and things there. So we can delete also this. So let's put this here. Also, that's text there. And when we are here, we can frame for this section. So let's get started there with the content like that. Let's go copy this a couple times. And as you can see, we have this, and the last one is this. And as you can see, we need to work a little bit at those texts. So when you have that, this can be this. Let's go with this to this. And okay, we have something like that. Let's add some padding. Also, they made different color there, so we also should follow that. Maybe you can copy this section and just take exactly this color. And after that, we have something like that. So how to make this? First of all, we can copy this to stop jumping between those tabs, and let's get started. So we have a frame with the graphic, but we're gonna back to this in a few seconds. We have text and our plus icon, but we can look for a plus icon like this. I think this one gonna be great, so we can import this. And okay, looking at this side, we can go for, yeah, I think 8 pixels gonna be great. Add some auto layout. Add this frame there, make this. Okay, and we can go like that. Convenience. We can change a little bit size of this. I think this more like 40 feel. I know you can see I'm doing something, but okay. As you can see, we have drop down, we have shadow, something like this, but this one is more in the corner than we have this, so that's gonna be maybe something like that. So from this way also, and they made something like this. And okay, right now we can copy this element a few times. We have this. Okay, we have safety. Safety gonna be easy, but that's gonna take longer. Okay, this is enough. Right now we have to copy those images, so we can go there. We can find those images. Very easy. And the last one. Okay. And when we have that, we can copy them, go there, select this, and we have, as you can see, we need the white text here. So I'm gonna change this. That was the second one. And the third one. Okay, we have that. We don't need to care about this element. Maybe in the future when we're gonna make an animation of this. But right now we need 3 of them. As you can see, we also have dots here, so we need to make them. But I think it's gonna be better to make them in next step. So we paste this here, maybe there to have a great position of that. And as you can see, we want to have our content in different position, so we can do something like that. Also, we can increase the height of this frame, something like this. And we have some problems. For example, it's problem with the size of our cards, so we need to change this. We can change like this, and oh, too much. Maybe something like that. That's gonna be great. Also, as you can see, the padding there on the left side, it's not perfect. So there are a few ways to improve this. For example, we can go for something like that and add some paddings. I think that's the best option right there. But as you can see, there is problem right now with this text, but we can go for this. Fill the content. Also, we need to care about, okay, something like that. And we're almost there. Just increase padding here. Maybe more. Oh, something like that. Maybe a little bit less. Right now also we have added those dots, so let's create one of them. Put this here. Change the size to 16. Make some copies of them. Okay, something like that. Fill the content in the middle. Okay. Right now go there. Okay. And we can change the color of all of them, but make a few of them with lower opacity, and change this to this, and frame there to decrease the padding. And yeah, we have second section of this website, and we can go to another one, explore model 3. So we can copy this easily, but maybe only add some paddings there globally to 64. I know Tesla use really small padding there, but I prefer when we have more space in our website, so I decided to add some padding to this. After that, we can go explore model 3. As you can see, we have new element there, with tabs. So let's create that. We can use this text. So let's delete this. And okay. To make this, the best way gonna be put those texts here. That's model free, premium, and okay, we have something like this. Okay, and the easiest way to make this is recreate this white button and add a little bit border to other elements. So we're gonna care about the performance. We can delete this because it's not important right now. So looking at those elements, we need to have I'm gonna do something like this and change the background color a little bit. And okay, here we can go for a few pixels of padding. I think it's gonna be great in this situation. And right now we are working, well, maybe add some padding also and change the font to this. Okay, I think we in a great position to copy this, and we're gonna take the color of this here, color of those elements there. As you can see, we also probably have too big font right now, but maybe that's gonna change this a little bit. Okay, and when we have this performance, we can go for 16, maybe 12 to 24 or something like that, but you're gonna see that we're gonna change this. Let's make exactly same padding for those elements. Maybe even bigger, 32 or maybe 48, but probably all of them have the same size, as you can see, so we can go for this performance size to other of them, or maybe go just for 200. Okay, it's okay. And right now we can make this position absolute, and as you can see, we have too big padding here, so change this for maybe 4, or even, I don't know where. Okay, it's interesting. Okay, because there we have something like that. Okay, and we can go there about 4, and let's go for 8. And as you can see, here we have a really small shadow, so let's add that. Okay, it's gonna be a really small difference, but at the end you're gonna see that. Maybe it's not the best idea to delete this right now. Okay, yet a little bit more padding. Okay, we have this element. I think it's really great right now. And right now we can copy this element, and we can see how huge this image is. It's enough for us. And to copy this as a background, we need to add a color and do something like that. Okay, we have something like that. And as you can see, we need to make this section, so that also gonna be easy. So let's copy this model free. Also we need a few more texts, but let's go this. model free performance. It's great that we use Inter because, as you can see, this font almost have everything, and we are really able to make great copy of that without looking for other fonts. So when you're starting, I think Inter is a really great font. But also, if you are junior, mid, or senior designer, I think Inter is also a great choice. And right now we need those numbers here, so let's make one of them. So this is HP, I think, and I'm gonna take the peak power. And to make this, I think we can go for maybe more than 24, something like this, maybe 16, but in that way. And okay, we can go for something like that. Yeah, that's okay. Oh, sorry. We have the peak power 16. I think it's yeah, that's the normal font. So switch to medium, maybe regular. Oh, I think medium gonna be great. Make padding like this, or maybe less. Okay, it's enough. I think we can go maybe 14 pixels to have that effect. Okay. Right now the color, we can copy exactly color from there. Okay. Let's copy this. Okay. We can make a line from this here. Just change the color of this line to something like this. Okay. We have something like that. And as you can see, the padding there is really huge, even bigger than there. So the best way to do this is gonna be, I don't know, 400 maybe. Yeah, I think that's gonna be great. But as you can see, we have problem there because it's too big for this padding. But we're gonna change something, maybe this to make like this, and I think we can go for something like that. Take the position, it's okay. Maybe even 4. Let's copy this element there. Okay. Go like this. Auto. Okay, it's too small right now, but that's not the problem. We can change to something like that. Oh, okay, that's gonna be enough. Let's make auto, add some padding at the bottom, and as you can see, we have another section. We can add like this one. I think there still we have too much padding there, so change this to 4. Yeah, I think it's enough. Here 60. And the last one, the top speed. Okay. Okay, I think it's great. The next one gonna be the video, so that's gonna be really easy. I'm gonna go into this video and copy video frame. And as you can see, we have also a button here, so the easiest way to make this gonna be create the frame. Paste there this frame from the video. Let's make the size of this like that. I think it's really close to the border, so we can go for something like this minus, I don't know, 96. I think that's gonna be great. Yeah, I think it's okay. Then we have this button, so we need to have the play button. I think this one gonna be great. Copy as a frame. We need to add this button there. We can make auto layout, but it's gonna be great to copy this. Yeah, as you can see, sometimes auto layout destroys everything. And okay, let's make this button visible. Something like that. I think the size of this is gonna be like that. We can add some, too much, and make position of this there. Yeah, and also this one. Okay, we have almost what we want, but we need to change the color of that button, and also, as you can see, the height of this video is higher. So let's make this 800, something like that. Okay. Also under video we have this section. So we need to add this also. Let's copy this element times. Copy the text. And let's change size of it to this one, like that. Let's make frame with this. Change the padding. Also, you can change padding there to something like that. Change the content position to this, and that may be this, something like that. We need to work a little bit on this text, because it's not semi-bold, it's more like medium. Also with this color. Yeah, but there are bigger gap between those. Yeah, maybe something like that. Okay, yeah. But right now I think we need to change this a little bit for more like that. And I think this section is okay. You can check, because this text is it's not pixel perfect, as you can see, but almost in the same line. Okay, and as you can see, other elements are really easy to make, because this is almost everything, because this is almost that, but with bigger padding, as you can see. So all we need to do is copy this and also increase the height of this frame. And here we have padding like that, so we can go for this one. Also delete this padding and make padding for that whole section like that. And when we have that, we also need to take this video so let's copy this frame, pass there, pass there. Let's add this text here. So as you can see, it's really easy. We can copy this element second time, take this image, pass there, paste there. We can now delete this button because this image, not the video. Take this, copy there, and also copy this. And as you can see, we are almost in the middle of the website. The next section is copy paste of this one. So as you can see, when we have a great beginning and when we make some, maybe not the components, but some parts of this website, we can really easy add the next part of content without a lot of work as a designer, because doing this section is just copy this, paste this there, delete that icon, and copy text, and we have this really easy. But as you can see right now, there is really small padding in our case, but Tesla have a huge padding there, so we should follow that and add this. Okay, something like that. Also, as you can see, they use bigger padding there, so let's add 64 to those elements, and we have more space. We can also add some space here. Okay. When we have that, we can go to the next part. Not also gonna be easy, because as you can see, this thing is just the smaller version of this. So we can copy that and make exactly this. So we can copy this image, paste this image there. In this case, we should delete this frame and just work on an image or on rectangle with image, because that will be easier. So we're gonna make this. Copy this. Okay, we can delete that. And let's make something like this. As you can see, we can maybe not delete this padding, but okay, change this in this way. And I think it's like 17 on, 700 on 7, maybe 500, or something like that. Maybe even more, like 800. We can see the text is smaller there, so we should change this to something like that. But this text is the same. And as you can see, Tesla have a better lane height than we have because we use the auto. But in other videos we're gonna work on this. And right now, when you have this element, we need to copy, make them in this way. And as you remember, we can go for something like that. We can make another frame, Ctrl A, fill this, and add some padding. So that's gonna be exactly in the same column as we have this text. So in our case, that's gonna be 128. Add some padding on top and the bottom. Even more, maybe like this. Yeah, that will be great. As you can see, the padding there is also smaller on Tesla website, something like maybe this. And the image is a little bit higher, okay, like that. And we can copy this text and this image. Okay. As you can see, we have almost same layout. Maybe there are some small changes because I think they have more wider, this one, something like that. So that's gonna be, yeah, almost exactly the same. Okay, we can also add the button there. So as you can see, we can copy element that we have, and maybe just take this one. We can paste this here, make this as a absolute element, and take this 64 pixels from border. Okay, when we scroll, as you can see, Tesla used the same design as we did on the top of our website, because this section is copy of this one in design. So we're gonna make this, and as you can see, that's I don't know, 15 times that we reach our limit in pixels. So the better way gonna be this, and add some padding at the bottom, so we are not gonna facing this problem anymore. We can copy those text, premium interior. I'm not gonna copy every text because it's not necessary. We can just copy images, and that's gonna be enough in this case. So as you can see, copy this, paste there, paste there. The second image also. No, maybe we can copy headings. And maybe this one. When we scroll down, we have another same component with the video. So let's make a copy of this, move this to the bottom. And as you can see, the hardest part of this right now is just to get exactly a frame from this video. So as you can see, in design, it's really important to have great foundation of what you do, because when you look at this website, it looks really premium, really professional, but when we trying to recreate this, you can see they only have few or they have 3 or 4 sections, and they copy them, and this still looks great because the core of section is really great. So it's really important to have attention to detail. Okay, we copy this frame, paste there. Okay. No, sorry. You can copy the heading. And finally, we find something new. This section. So that's gonna be a little quiz for you. Which section of those we can use to recreate this? I give you a couple seconds. And yeah, this one. Probably you think it's not the same, but I'm gonna show it's really close to this. So let's copy this. We can delete this one. Let's add some colors to this. Here. Okay. Make this like this, something like that. Also, we need the icon. This one is pretty close. Maybe you can go for something better. Yeah, but this one is really close. Okay, and when we have this icon, we can paste this here. Okay, change the size of it to 48. In my opinion, that's not enough. That should be something like 64, or maybe something like this. Okay, add some texts. Okay, there is a problem, but we're gonna fix this in a second. Okay. And as you can see, we have almost this element by copying this. And the problem is, we can delete this one frame. Make those elements like this, copy them, make all of them on fill, add some padding, maybe not from the top, maybe not from the top, but like this, and yeah, I think the font that we use is too big. So that should be something like that. And okay, as you can see, we have the same padding to icon, and the same padding to text and the icon. So we need to change this for something like that. Oh, it's gonna be too big. Okay, this one is, I think, great. Copy this text, and this one. Okay, we need those icons, so let's go for camera. Oh, I lost this. I think this one is really solid for this, and the third one is okay. Just A. Okay, this one is it's really great. Okay, and we have icons. Let's change them. Yeah, and as you can see, it's really important to use same set of icons. I know it's sometimes really hard, but right now you can see this one, the first one and the third one are really similar, but this front-facing cameras is terrible. I mean the icon. So we have two ways for this, because as you can see, the problem is that the stroke of the A and the steering wheel is bigger than the camera. So we can try to improve this by own, like this. It's not perfect. I'm not happy with the idea of how we make this. Maybe change this a little bit, something like that. It's not perfect, but for our use is enough. Okay, and right now you can change also this padding to something like that. Okay, and as you can see, we made the whole website of the Tesla Model 3 in Figma in 1 hour. Of course, we have some details here and the footer, but it's not that important in my opinion. But we made the whole website in Figma just from scratch. Tell me what next website we should build. Thank you for watching. Leave a like and subscribe, and see you.